Hi, I'm Radzinski, speaker, educator, and expert in corporate responsibility and sustainable product design. Thank you for joining us today. This is our January series. We're focusing on formulating the framework, designing your corporate responsibility program. And today we're going to be talking about the second in our two blogs of the month about creating compounding returns. Really looking at opportunities after you've done various things in your sustainability process to identify programs, operations changes, different things that you can do to save money, to improve your sustainability performance, to get employees engaged. And today's topic will definitely focus in on what we can do to utilize these compounding returns to keep the sustainability process moving forward. So if you've been following the blog series, we've started out with the key steps to a sustainability program, starting with management commitment, getting a team together, educating the team, doing sustainability assessment, which is a really critical process to identify what your opportunities are, to benchmark your operations, benchmark your overall sustainability, looking at environmental, economic, and social performance aspects, running through a materiality matrix and understanding what's really important to you as an organization and your stakeholders. And after you've done all that, then it's really time to start to identify and implement these opportunities that are going to help drive your sustainability program, but also to improve the recognition by your management that this is a really valuable thing. It is still interesting to me that after many years of doing sustainability work, there's still a lot of companies that don't dedicate any funds or personnel or staff to sustainability, and they feel that this has to be proven to them. Even a lot of my friends that are sustainability directors and been working in this for years still don't have formal budgets. They still have to go around division to division to convince people to do things. And even though they have goals and programs, it's not something that is usually a funded item in a lot of organizations. So being able to identify opportunities that are going to help get you quick wins and help you to save money and really get people engaged is really important. And this is what we call creating a system of compounding returns. And this may sound silly, but starting with low and no cost measures is really important. And it is amazing. I still go into facilities all the time, whether I'm going into an office building, a manufacturing plant, a pharmaceutical facility, and it's just so many opportunities that I see when I go into these facilities. So, there definitely is these opportunities out there, and in a minute here we're going to talk about some of those. And the great thing about this is we do what we call paid from savings. So you find some no or low cost opportunities for reducing impacts, whether it's energy measures or training or whatever, and you implement those and you end up saving some money, and then that cost savings can be used to implement for further changes that you want to continue to do, because a lot of the low-hanging fruit and the easy stuff is easy to do and doesn't cost money. And then you're eventually going to hit a point where the next steps you have to do might require investment of capital, more time, more resources. So getting these wins early is big for building credibility of the program. It's big for proving the value of it. And it's really big for having money to take the next step and say, hey, look, we made progress with this goal by implementing XYZ. And now we've got, proven measures here that are really demonstrating that this is a valuable program. We should keep doing this. And we call that funding sustainability through sustainability. You save money, you get some quick wins, you get people really excited, and you move on. So just to give you an idea of what some of these low and no cost measures could be, energy conservation measures. And we just worked in a facility very recently, and as part of our sustainability assessment there, we noted that they were using a lot of propane in some of their process equipment. And we recommended a very simple thing, having someone come in and do some tuning. It was a low-cost measure to do. They implemented that, and in 1 year saved almost $190,000 in cost for propane. So you can see that's not a small amount of money, and that really helped build credibility for the program instantly. The other thing that's a really easy thing to do is developing sustainable purchasing program. And it sounds crazy, but if you really take a hard look at the things you purchase, whether you're an office or you're a manufacturing plant, I guarantee there's a lot of things that people buy that they don't use or don't need. So by doing an inventory of everything that's purchased, saying, hey, we don't really need this stuff anymore, let's stop buying it, you'll get instant savings there. Then you can create a system where you buy sustainable products. You know, they might sometimes cost a little more, but because you're reducing your purchasing, you can still fund it because it's within the budget. And that's a really great thing to do. And we've had a multitude of companies that we've worked with to implement something like that, and they got really quick wins, got their management excited, got the employees engaged, you know, because you're asking them about, you know, oh, do you use this product, do you use this material, you know, so they're really understanding that there's value to this. Training employees, another one. Doesn't take a lot of time or effort, but I guarantee once you train people, we've had huge wins in energy, water, waste reduction, raised awareness about programs, you know, just increased sales from training people. So these are all very great things to do. They don't cost a lot of money, and they really get people engaged, excited, you know, really shows stakeholders, your employees or your customers that you're really interested in this. And another big one is reduce travel. You know, we're in the age now where you can be talking to somebody in Asia doing a web meeting or, you know, video conferencing and not even have to get in a plane. And if any of you have traveled to Asia, you know, that's a very expensive trip. So doing things like that not only reduces costs for the company, saves you, the traveler, a lot of time and hassle, but it also reduces your carbon footprint tremendously. So simple things like this are big wins that if you spin them right and you make the message to your management, to the stakeholders, your customers, employees, it can be a really good story to get things really launched, really rolling. And you can see how you can take some of that money and say, okay, let's go to the next step now based on what we've done here. So that's the main things I wanted to cover today. We're going to talk about this in much more detail on Tuesday, January 28th, where we'll talk about more topics that are in this series. We'll look at more things you can do to get things rolling, how you get your employees engaged, you know, different things like that. So please plan on joining me on the webinar. Continue to subscribe to my blog and get my emails. It's great for all of you that are sending in comments and questions. It's really helping us develop this. So I really appreciate all of you coming today, and thank you for joining us. Also remember, we have the webinar, and these are my email addresses, website, and the blog information. So tap into that frequently and keep the information and questions coming. Thank you again, and have a great day.